what you want to do. Like, I never, ever, ever tell men to, like, oh, you better not do this or you better not do that. Like, we have one life, ladies and gentlemen. And I hate to, like, think about, like, oh, what if I would have did this or I should have did this. Like, I don't want to live my life like that. Get that shit out of your system. If that's what you feel like you want to do right now, go do it. I bet you $1 million you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm never doing this shit again.
I feel like more people need to think like this.
The fuck was I like, yo, I thought that was going somewhere. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Yeah, my girl can't be a stylist neither. When she's fixing somebody's collar, I don't know what may happen next time she... What's up, man?
I'm just saying, like, a lawsuit, bro?
Lawyers?
You know, it wasn't like that.
I'm just saying, bro, you got niggas like...
Come here, give me a hug, man.
All right, man. That's what I was waiting on, man.
The fuck?
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Talk with Flea. Now, look, I got a real special guest today. An introduction is, I would have to have a scroll, an old school scroll for an introduction of my guest today. And I know a lot of people thought that this interview probably wouldn't happen or we wouldn't be speaking or we wouldn't even be in the same room. But today, I have a good friend of mine who stopped by to talk with Flea, my man Jcole. What's good, bro?
Ooh, what's up, bro?
Yo,
how you feeling, man?
Thank you so much for coming, man. Thank you so much for coming. So let's just get the elephant out the room. So, right, because your fans is on me. They on my ass.
Your fans probably on me.
They on my ass, right? So, a couple months ago, I put a lawsuit out. I never talked about it, never said anything about it. And the reason I did it is because I just felt like, damn, when he called me to do something, he kept kind of brushing me off when I asked for a favor. And then I kind of scrolled down and looked at when the first time I asked you to do something, the shit said 2022. And I was like, hold up, man. So yeah, it gave me a time to do something, And then we actually talked, and I appreciate our conversation because you're like, yo, if you feel a way, just say something. But this is my process, Cam, that when I write a rhyme, I'm trying to have the best rhyme I'm doing. When I do an interview, it's because I have something to promote.
Right.
So I was just basically going off what you told me.
Right.
And I'm like, this is kind of a long time from what you told me.
Fact.
So let me ask you this. When you first seen the lawsuit, because I never talked about it.
Right.
What was your emotion when you see it?
Yo, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like hurt almost, disappointed, like, cause I got so much respect for you, you know what I mean? And I look at you like I know you are as a stand-up person, you know what I mean? And so in my mind, I was like, nah, Cam, not you, like, because even when you said like I was brushing you off, it's like, you got to clarify for them. What was happening was Cam did two things for me, and he did them bitches quick. Mm-hmm. When I wanted you on the 95 South intro, what you need? Boom, boom, I got you. I fuck with you. Right. I don't even fuck with a lot of niggas. I fuck with you. Boom, boom, man, I appreciate that shit.
Right.
Then when in the studio when we did I'm Ready, we remade I'm Ready. I'm like, yo, we got to get Cam on this. This shit'll be legendary.
Right.
When I hit you for that, nigga came through damn near immediately. Like, we just happened to be in New York same time.
Right.
Verse in 15 minutes, you did not tell a lie when you said that. Nigga knocked the verse out. Right. I just went to the bathroom, damn man. You know what I mean?
Right.
I walked in the other studio, hollered at niggas. My engineer came in like, yo.
There.
You said what?
Corday was there.
Corday was he was there that day?
Yeah, he was there that day.
That's right.
Shout out to Corday too.
Yes, shout out to Corday. So so you did that shit quick as fuck. So mind you, as soon as you do the verse, in my mind I'm like, I say, Cam, yo, let me get your lawyer info. Let me get your manager info.
Real quick to tap in, when I did my verse so quick, it's like, you know, because I've been in the game a little longer than you, but it seemed like you was verifying, like you listened to it, not saying you fuck with it, but you was like, nah, I ain't do this quick. It's almost like you study my shit. That's why I'm saying I understand where you come from being a lyricist. I remember you sitting there like, nah, No, this shit is all right. You know what I'm
you know
saying?
why? Because I'm listening. When I go back and I listen,
Right.
and it's almost a weird place for me because it's like, yo, you can.
Right.
So but I still when I'm listening.
It's your project though.
There you go.
It's
So
your
I'm
project.
listening, almost afraid, like.
You don't
Man,
want to tell me.
I don't want to have to tell Cam like, yo, Cam,
Right.
did you reapproach?
Right,
So
right.
if I'm listening like that, it's
Right,
really
but I would
because of
respect that.
Then I'm hearing, I'm like, nah, this nigga went crazy. Like that's you smoked it.
No, I appreciate
so you know when you was leaving, you so cool, nigga smoking a black and mild on the couch. You know what I mean? Nigga knock his verse out, and then when you leave, and I say, yo, Cam. Like, let me get your lawyer info,
Right.
you know what I mean, or whoever, so I can get you paid. I'm on that early. Mind you, we
Right.
did this song a long time ago.
Right.
You like, nah, don't worry about it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I'm like, nah, Cam, not like,
Right.
please, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You like,
Absolutely.
nah, trust me,
This is
don't
true.
worry about it. So,
Right.
in my mind, my not for you, but in general, my spidey senses will normally go up.
Right.
Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't want nobody thinking I owe them a favor. But I'm
Right.
like, it's Cam. Like,
Right.
like one, I do Cam a favor anyways. I pay him and still do whatever the favor is. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like, this shit would never get weird in my mind.
Right.
I'm like, cool, he insists, I ain't going, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Right.
not going to trip. Years go by, the song, remember I told you the song was probably going to come out in like a few months or something. But my process is like, clearly it took me 10 years on this album. So my process is so much that it's like that song didn't drop till 2 years later, a year and a half, whatever it was. So the song dropped, boom, boom. I give you very short notice that the song is gonna drop. You know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, you still cool with us putting this out? You're like, cool, no problem, boom, boom, boom. So when it's time to do the paperwork, now I've learned my lesson. You also taught me a good lesson, and I do appreciate that. Because industry standard is like, if somebody do a verse for you, or they produce for you, how we move, we so last minute, and in the game, it's like standard to be like, we'll work it out after.
Right.
Because everybody moves like understanding industry standard. Like, okay, he might ask for 20%
Right.
when normally it's 15, no problem. But he ain't gonna come and ask for 70%. Like,
Right.
so we'll handle it after, boom, boom. So the lawyer came back on our side, I don't know, a month later after they trying to figure the paperwork out. After
Right.
Mike Delete Later drop.
Right.
They're like, yo, did you tell Cam you'll do a swap for an interview, boom, boom? I was like, no. I told him I'd do an interview, and I will. I still got a plan to do an interview for him.
Right.
But I ain't say it was a swap. Like,
Right.
it wasn't a swap. It wasn't a verse for an interview. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go do Cam.
Right.
But it's not based on
The verse.
the verse, right?
Gotcha.
So they come back with some crazy number, like, all right, he want 300,000, some number where I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right,
Right.
shit is going on. And then right after that was the Kendrick and Drake shit.
Right.
So much shit has happened in my life. That's not necessarily a priority for me.
Right.
Meanwhile, you hitting me around that same time, like, yo, bro, is it cool? You know, like what you think about doing an interview?
Right.
I'm like, Cam, I would love to do an interview. You know I fuck with your platform.
Right.
I would love to do an interview
Right.
with you. Let me get this album out.
Right.
Now, here's where I fucked up. And if I go back, I'll start doing shit differently.
Right.
Like, I was telling you when I thought I'd be done with the album.
Right.
So I'd be like, you know, if at this time it's April or May, I'd be like, you'd be like, cool, just let me know I'm starting this thing, this new, you hadn't even started this yet.
Right.
I damn near maybe was gonna be your first guest or some shit.
And that's exactly what it was going to be.
There you
Yep,
go.
Absolutely.
There you go. So
Damn, that would've
so
been
what I
fire.
was telling you was, man, I think I had this shit done by September. And I mind you, when I'm saying that, I'm confident in it too, damn near.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I should be done by September. I've done this before.
Right.
But I ain't know that I had to get, I had to get my head right. I had to get my energy right. And it took me a lot of elements made it so that by the time September crept up, I had you on my mind the whole summer.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, I told Cam September I'll probably be done. I'm knowing, and this nigga, yo, you don't play about your business, and I really respect it.
I appreciate
'Cause
it.
September 1st at motherfucking 9 a.m. This nigga Cam was on my line like, hey, what's up, bro? Like that's why it's like I see how you built such a successful business. 'Cause
I appreciate that.
Every time I gave you a date,
Right.
I don't know if you got a assistant, a schedule, if that shit is up here.
Right.
Every time I gave you a date, you was on me on that date. So the first time you hit me September, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta tell Cam it's not September.
Right.
Cam, it's not September, boom, boom. Like,
Right.
I'm not there yet, boom, boom. I think it'll be realistically March or whatever I say, right? I give
Right.
you another date.
Right.
Everything's cool. You cool about it. You're not
Right.
tripping at all. You like, cool, just let me know, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
You double back around March
Yeah.
or whenever the next thing is.
Whenever you told me to hit
Yes,
you back, I was
every
thinking about
time you double back, but the next time you double back, I also wasn't ready.
Right.
And mind you, the whole time, you don't know this, but I was telling you the other day, it's like, every time I had you on my mind, like, fuck. Like, I'm behind schedule.
Right.
But somewhere in my thoughts, I'm thinking about you. Because I'm like, yo, I told Cam I'd be done by such and such.
Just real quick, right? Me being on your mind is pause.
Yeah, that's a pause.
Yeah. And let's just.
That's my first
yeah,
part.
Yeah.
That's a pause.
Because you said it like 3 times. I'm gonna
but
let it slide, but I won't be on your mind that much, man.
Yeah.
So I just want to get that out the way real quick. But go ahead, my bad. I didn't want to interrupt the story. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. So we in March.
Now we in March, or wherever we at.
Yeah,
whatever the date is, now you follow up again.
Right.
Now I got to hit you with the news again, right?
Right.
and I think this time is when you hit me. I could feel, no, this time when you hit me, I damn near didn't even want to text you. Because I'm like, I can't text him the same thing I text him. Let me call him.
Right.
So this is when I called you. Right. I don't know if you remember this, but I called you. I'm like, yo, let me just call him. And when I called you and we got on the phone and I hit you now verbally with the same thing I hit you with on text, I felt the Harlem come out damn near.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you was like, yo, I understand what you're saying, but like, let me tell you how I'm feeling. Like when you asked me to do something, I showed right up and I did it and I knocked it out. Now when I'm asking you to do something, it's like you gotta. Now it's all of this time and boom, boom. It's like, yo, I'm not understanding. Which I felt your energy. I had to go, whoa, Cam.
Right.
Like, I feel like, you know, I'm sensing your energy and I'm realizing like we don't even really know each other like that.
Yeah.
We don't, I respect you. I got a lot of love
Likewise,
for you.
yep,
and I'm assuming you respect me, got a lot of love, but we don't really know each other. So I feel like you may think that I'm trying to give you the runaround or play with you or boom, 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 and it's not like that.
Right.
Nigga, if you only knew how many people that you know, are I've maybe done the same thing to, and it's not, and that's when I explained to you, like, yo, I don't move like that. Like, I'm not just jumping out to do an interview for it's like, yo, I want to talk about the music and anything else that comes around the music, cool. But it's like, I don't have nothing, especially at that time. If I jump on an interview, what do niggas want to hear about at that time? It's like, man, no, my mind is on trying to finish this shit I've been working on for so long. I explained that to you. You said, cool. You know, the conversation was great. You know what I mean? We had a real conversation. And then I gave you another date.
Right.
And this last date I gave you was probably like June of last year or whenever it was.
Right.
And I remember because we started mixing the album for real a little around the time after I talked to you. We started mixing in tape.
Right.
We never mixed in tape before. We mixed in tape because, you know, we was listening to a lot of Mobb Deep along the way.
I was about to say you took it back to reels.
Yes, we took it to reels and tape and like mixing on the board. And we mixed on the board before, but we ain't never hit tape.
Right.
And Q-Tip was in the studio one time with me, and I had to ask him like, yo, bro, like, what was y'all doing on Mobb Deep?
Yeah.
What was y'all doing? And he was just telling me, yeah, we was hitting tape. We fucked around with tape in the past, but never like this. When he said that, shout out to Q-Tip, because he changed our whole perspective.
Right.
Then I realized, now we got to learn, but then we have to learn how to use tape.
Right.
And I'm realizing this shit is hard, and I ain't even having, now I got to get another tape machine because I realized one wasn't enough.
Right.
So now me and my engineer and my team, we trying to learn something new on the fly. So what would have normally took 2-3 months for us to mix on Pro Tools is now taking us dumb long. Like, so by the time June comes and you hit me.
The first 2 albums are on tape. Right?
There you go. So you know niggas carrying the whole reels to the thing.
Exactly.
You probably gotta wait mad long for them to pull up the mix.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is. Every time people don't not understand it, but you understand, which is like when you mix, if I mix on Pro Tools right now, if I got a Cam song that I did and it's mixed on Pro Tools, I could pull that shit up in 0.3 seconds. The whole mix, everything. It might take 10 seconds because it's some plugins and shit.
Right.
When you got tape, every time we switch a song, you gotta fucking send every track to the board. The board gotta go to, or some shit, the board gotta go to tape. All of these tracks on the tape, you gotta send it back to the board. You gotta get the board dialed in by hand, exactly how you had it last time, just to make a change.
Right.
So now by the time you hitting me in June on this last time, now I get, and this is where I understand and I get it.
Right.
You hit me again and you like, hey bro, like, you know, what's good? I'm checking back in June 1st, like you told me or whatever, like what's good?
Right.
And now I got to hit you with the heartbreaking text for me, because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to tell this nigga. And what I tried to do on this last text with you was to say, like, Cam, let's not do it like this no more. Let me just tell you, this album is coming out, but let me just hit you. You the first person I'm coming to see. Everybody on my team been knew that.
Right.
So let me just hit you as soon as I'm done for real,
Right.
and then you the first person I'm coming to see. Your text back was like, yo, respectfully, like you've been telling me for a long time you was gonna do this. So like, if you can't make it happen in the next 2-3 weeks, like, yo, let's not even worry about it. And I was like, yo, I definitely can't do the next 2-3 weeks. And you was like, cool. So then this the other last part. I know it's a long story.
No. Take your time. No, I'm glad you're so in depth.
Yes.
Like I said, listen, Jcole fans. I'm one of the Jcole fans.
I appreciate it.
Cam, you're lying. Cole, don't do this.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal. It's nothing. But this is just his process. So I'm glad you're being this detailed about it.
For sure.
For me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah.
So now, and mind you, even when you sent me that text, this the crazy part. Even when you sent me that text, like, yo, don't even worry about it. In my mind, I know, oh, Cam fed up with me. But Cam don't know my plan is to still, you didn't know this, but he knew and everybody on my team knew, like, Cam, like, he kind of done with me, but he don't know as soon as my album drop, I'm still coming to see him first. Because I told him I'd come to his show. You know what I mean? Like, so that was still my plan. So the last wild thing that happened to me, to answer your original question, which was how did I feel? About a month before I'm not even gonna say this, around like August, September, or whatever the date was in the fall, I got a random text from you. And it was like some like DocuSign thing that you was telling somebody like yo, I think you sent the wrong one or something like that. I'm thinking somebody hacked your phone.
I remember.
I'm thinking somebody, because you know people be playing on phones and trying to hack. So I'm like, yo, bro, you good? I hit you damn near back in at least 10, 15 minutes, like, yo, you good? And then you was like, oh, no, my fault, wrong text, like wrong person. I'm like, all right, hope you good. And then you hit me like, yo, everything good. So in my mind, I'm like, you know, we still good, and I still got plans in my mind to hit you. So then a month later or 3 weeks later, when the lawsuit come out, I'm like, come on, Cam. And only because it was like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, you really could have hit me. Like, although it was taking a long time, I don't give a fuck if you would have called me and been like, yo, nigga, what the, like you could have scrinked on me, we could have argued, boom, boom. I would have preferred that than the other way, because I was just like, damn, Cam, it never got to that point where you couldn't like holler at me or whatever. So my first thing was disappointment. But then I was like, and my first thought was like, fuck it then. Like this nigga ain't even know I was still gonna come to his show. Like, my first gut reaction, like, damn, and it's like misinformation, you know what I mean? Like within the lawsuit itself, and you know, the internet running with it. People hit me like, yo, what's going on with the Cam shit? Boom, boom. So like my ego reaction is like, all right. Quietly, I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, boom, boom. But quickly, I'm like, but nah, like, I get it though. Let me put myself in his shoes. Like, yo, the nigga feel like he was getting the runaround. You know what I mean? He don't know you for real. He don't know your heart for real. He think you trying to play. And Cam Mind is probably like, I seen this movie before. You don't fuck with me. You don't want to do the favor. You trying to drag me out until I don't want to do it no more. All right, nigga, bet. And I got one in the chamber. I never signed that paperwork for that fucking, for that verse. So here you go, boom, just to like hit me in the rib. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, cool. Like, and even when I took that and understood that and accepted that, I still said in my mind, I was like, yo, I'ma still go see Cam. And
that's what you called and said. You said, regardless if you still want to sue me or anything else, I'm still, and which of course, it was never gonna go nowhere, but for me, it was more like, I need to get this nigga attention because I'm not gonna call on bark on you. We had a cool relationship. We never been there. It ain't like we've been to club together. We don't know each other to scream and yell at each other, no shit like that. So I just took it more of like, to me, when I looked at it, and I looked at the time, like, and you did a great job explaining. I just looked at the years, because it was turning into years. And I'm like, yo, and you made a great point too. You didn't look at it as a swap, and we come from two different, I'm a little before you. So the way I used to look at it, or not niggas in my generation, and be like, yo, I did this for you. I need you to do this for me. That's how I looked at it, even though you're explaining that's how you never looked at it because you offered to pay me. I'm not charging you. I tell niggas no all the time. I don't like niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like a lot of people, especially rappers. I don't even like, you're great lyricists. Like I said, like not just for your generation, period. So I'm like, let me get a verse. Cam and take me to, matter of fact, fuck the verse, let me get the interview, yo. Pardon me. And then that's when all that shit came out at the same time. So more of the story is I get it, and thank you for being here, bro. And
thank you for having me.
That shit was never gonna go nowhere for us, the lawsuit anyway. It's just like, I need to get this nigga attention. Because I did feel like I did a couple things for you like that. Because I respect your craft and what you do.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So
nah, and I appreciate you.
I'm glad we here, man.
Me too,
and
man.
I'm glad we here, bro. And like I said, that shit wasn't never about nothing. It was more like, yo, bro, I did this shit for the nigga. But at the end of the day, your process, like you explained to me, is your process. Let's get on to some better shit. How did you get your first deal? What's the process of that?
Okay. Damn, this was the days when having a deal mattered, right? Like this was still I'm the last one of that generation. Me, Kendrick, Drake, we the last ones from the generation where a deal mattered. Your generation, a deal mattered.
Absolutely.
You get a nice nigga like Cam or a nice nigga like Mace, and you get them a deal in a situation.
That absolutely matters.
They have a shot.
Right.
Nowadays, it's like, bro, if you just do the right online campaign, you can blow without the labels. But I'm the last generation of that. So I moved to New York. I went to St. John's to be around the music industry. I'm from Fayetteville. Ain't no music industry there.
Right.
Two dudes, there's a group, they my mentors, they call Bomb Shelter. Like they like a almost. They was so fucking good. Imagine the best group from Harlem, but they never made it. You know what I mean? Like that, they that in Fayetteville.
Got you.
And I peeped like, oh, they didn't make it, not because they wasn't good enough, but because they wasn't around shit.
Right.
Back then you had to be around. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to school in New York to be around it. So after some years of being there, I'm like, damn, I got to get my foot in the door. And I got to shout out my man. His name is Mike Rooney. He's Corey Rooney's nephew. But he not like a nepotism nephew. He damn near his uncle. He ain't get it off the strength of his uncle.
Right.
You know what I mean? If anything, his uncle might have made it harder for him, you know, from what I understand. And he had to get it on his own. And he heard I had a song called School Days. And he heard this shit on my MySpace. It's a long story, but like, he ended up connecting me with Kirk Lightburn, a dude that's like really tight with Mark Pitts.
Right.
So Mark Pitts, it heard.
Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark Pitts, Gucci the Don's. Like he heard Lights Please, the song I got called Lights Please, and he saw the vision. And he brought me in. And eventually he ended up taking it to Jay. You know what I mean? And Jay like heard it. Mind you, this is a year after I waited outside.
Right.
Was it Baseline or Rock the Mic for Jay trying to pass him a beat CD.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he ain't take the shit. He like kind of dubbed me.
Right.
And it taught me a lesson like, nigga, you ain't gonna get it like that. Yeah, that's not how you want to get it.
Right.
And a year later, via Mark Pitts, you know what I mean? Mark had the vision to take me to Jay, and Jay heard it, saw the vision, and signed me.
Right. Is there anybody before Jay that you seen that celebrity-wise the man shut you down, or your mom was just strictly get the Rock Nation or Jay-Z or whatever?
You know what? Rock Nation didn't exist at that time, but me standing outside for Jay, it wasn't me trying to get a deal. I'll make beats too, so it's like, in my mind, I'm like, damn, I seen Kanye like got in with the producing shit first.
Right.
Maybe that's an end for me. And the news had dropped that Jay was working on American Gangster. You know what I mean? But the article was saying he wasn't necessarily done. Like, so in my mind, I'm like, I'm ambitious. You know what I mean? I believe in myself. So I'm like, I was at work. I'm like, yo, as soon as I got home, I made 2 beats, threw a hook on one, put 7 other beats on the CD. I put the American Gangster cover on it. Like I slid that shit in the CD book over my volume 3. I had a volume 3 or volume 2. So I took the cover out, put his American Gangster cover in, black and white little printed version, and stood outside trying to get him a beat CD with a hook on it, thinking if he in my mind, he was gonna go upstairs, put the CD in, hear it, go get that young kid from outside, you know what I mean? So I thought that, I wasn't even thinking about it signing to Jay-Z. I was just thinking like, oh, maybe I can get my beats off, you know what I mean, and get on like that. I only thought about signing a Def Jam or to a label. I never thought about a Jay-Z or something like that, but it worked out for me.
But that's what I'm saying. Was it nobody ever said, fuck out of here? Did you see anybody else celebrity-wise that you may have tried to get on to, but that was just your focus?
Nah. I will say, no, nobody ever shitted on me or dubbed me.
Right.
But I do know that at one point in time, 50, I think Shy Money and shout to G-Unit Hove from Queens.
Right.
They was trying to put, I think, 50 onto my shit. You know what I mean? This was around the time, right before, when I was knowing Mark, before Jay had heard my shit. And I think they played my shit for 50. And what I was told his response was like, mind you, I had like I had this song called Lost Ones. I had Lights Please. I had Simba. I had hard shit too, like where you could tell I could really rap.
Right.
And I think 50 reaction from what I heard was, can't sign this nigga, his jeans too tight.
Are you going off the image, right?
Right. I mean, I get it too, because I mean, guess what? That shit wouldn't have made no sense, me going to G-Unit, you know what I mean? But shout to Shot Money, you know what I mean, and Hove, who seen the vision, you know what I mean?
How was that? How was your experience working with Hove or getting the Rock Nation, being like the first artist over there? What was that like for you?
Honestly, bro, I think by that time, I missed the heyday that you got to experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y'all damn near missed it.
Yeah, we caught the tail end of it.
Tail end. Y'all caught when that nigga was probably on his way out. Like, man, y'all niggas have it. Like, I missed the era when it was actually like a real squad and like a real label based off of like a rap energy. So when I caught it, it was straight. I think I caught him on straight CEO mode, where it's just like, all right, look, I'm gonna sign this artist. I'm gonna spend X amount of money on him.
Right.
I'm gonna give him some time in my office to have a couple pep talks with him. But like, nigga, you gotta go. It's sink or swim.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for the most part, I don't think he had the care, and I understand it at this point, to necessarily be like, you know, having his arm around me or coaching me up, which I appreciate because, you know, I prefer the way I got it, which was like on my own for the most part. Other than, of course, just the affiliation with him alone, life-changing, let alone the investment from his company. You know what I mean? But other than that, trying to navigate the waters of how to blow and when to release or how to do it and bumping my head, that shit was like on me and on Eve and like on us.
Is that part of the reason that you said maybe I don't need to be here after a while and take your own thing to Interscope? Why leave Rock Nation and go to Interscope?
Now, first I went to Interscope with them.
Okay.
Because they had a deal with Columbia.
Right.
And then they deal with Sony was up. So they took me to the Universal on my last, on my last couple albums.
Right.
Then we converted it with Rock Nation from a record deal to like a distribution deal with them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And when that ran out, it's like, yo, we worked something else out. I think they got what they needed up out of me. I got what I needed up out of them. And it's like, it's you know.
Right. So when you get in the game, you come from Fayetteville, you're in New York. Now you're in the game and you're getting this, people loving you from the beginning. Is it what you expected when you first got in, knowing that people from your town didn't make it? You're getting this success because people gravitated to you really quickly. And it seems like you're more, once you, like now to me, just how I look at it, and I could be totally wrong, like I'm gonna pop out when I wanna pop out and get my music out and then I'm gonna go live my life with my family. Because there's plenty of times I call you and you'll be like, yo, I'm in Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I do. Yeah. So it's like the music industry at this time, I'm talking about when you first get in, are you excited at what you expected or you just wanted to do what you had to do and move on?
Nah, I feel like, I think I always had a long-term plan when I was young to get it and then go back home.
Right.
But I ain't gonna lie, like, nah, I didn't have expectations. That shit was a slow grind.
Right.
Like you look at somebody like Drake, it's like the rise was meteoric.
Okay.
Like 50.
Okay.
It was like 50 had a mixtape run, but once it popped, it was like, oh shit, my shit never did this. My shit was always this, which I feel grateful for because it's like, yo, God blessed me with the opportunity to adjust as it grew.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I remember going to Miami because first of all, I come from a squad of friends that like we like party hard niggas. Like, you know, I spent my first parties was the skating rink, and I made sure I was religiously there from 7 years old, Friday night, Saturday night. Mom, I'm going to the skating rink. I used to walk up there. That was my first job. That was my hangout spot when I was 11, 12.
That's how you know
that
it's
turned
real
into teen club
shit.
as a teenager. Then that turned into the college parties when I went to college. And then once we was out of college and broke, we still trying to find a way to get into the club free before 11 or boom, boom, boom. So I say all that to say, we used to go to Miami. Even just as college kids, like spring break, you know what I mean? You know how that go. And I remember the first time we went to Miami, and it was like, I think maybe the warm-up had just dropped or was about to drop, or maybe the news had just dropped about, you know, I signed to Rock Nation or whatever. And I remember like 2 people noticed me or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, me and Eve look at each other like, oh shit. Like, yo, like somebody randomly come up to you like, yo, you Jcole? It was like, oh shit. And then the next year, it was like, okay, maybe the warm-up was out, you know what I mean? And like I had a little bit more motion. And maybe it was like now 500 people recognize you. And then that next year it was like, oh, I couldn't even go out there no more. Like,
got you.
You know what I mean? So, but I had a good time to like adjust. And I ain't had no expectations, but I did enjoy the process of it, you know what I mean? And I wasn't thinking like, man, let me hurry up and get this shit over with. If anything, I was enjoying that shit a little too much. You know what I mean? Like it might have threw off some of my discipline.
Got you. So people know you play basketball as well. Like you're about to go play basketball. When China, you told me? Yeah, like
on some random
you told me,
shit,
call me, I'm playing professional ball in Africa. Like Canada, I spoke to Drake one time, like, yo, I went to see Jcole, he's playing ball in fucking Canada. You're playing professional basketball around the world.
Yeah.
So for me, right, I was either basketball or rap. I didn't really have no other plan. I didn't have a plan C, plan D. Is that what you focused on growing up? Like, I want to be a basketball player or I want to rap, or did you have other goals?
Yeah, those were both of my goals for the most part. But I ain't gonna lie, like nigga, I was, and still to this day, like I'm not going to play professional in Africa because I'm some nice nigga. Like I can hang on the court, I can shoot, you know what I mean? I can defend, but I'm not, and never have been that nigga on the court at any time on any level. Like when I see, you know, they got that famous clip of you in high school. Like, nah, you was getting to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I was trying.
You was one of them ones. It's like that was never me with basketball. Although I had a love and a passion for basketball,
right.
I always feel like, yo, I left a lot on the table because I ain't have direction. I ain't had nobody around to be like, nigga, you ain't even good.
Yeah.
You a supporting player on your high school team. You not even that nigga. Like, I had nobody to say that. So, but I always kept that love and that dream.
Right.
Even though I'm not good enough, I still had the dream. And what that dream did is it allowed me to get better over time.
Okay.
So who I was at 17 as a player, I was way better at 18.
Right.
Then I was way better at 20.
Right.
Then I was way better at 22. I actually kept getting better as a player.
Right.
And so the basketball shit is like me just trying to scratch a last itch, you know what I mean?
Right.
Of like, yo, let me see if I could do this. Could I train and be able to like go play professional? Because these teams and these leagues are looking at it like, you know what? He not ass.
Right.
He could come be on the court, and he can give our league some
publicity.
Some publicity. So the China thing you're talking about is like, it's a team in Nanjing that from last year was offering me to come and play, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at the clock like, boy, I'm getting older. Like, this might be my last shot. So I'm gonna keep my word to them and show up and play a couple games. Although I know, you know, I'm not in the best of shape because the album, but I'm gonna go out there and have fun with it.
Why wouldn't you? Listen, niggas offer me a couple dollars to come play. I don't know about China. I'm going to Canada. I'm gonna go to Canada if I had a chance.
Why China though? Because it's so far?
I don't like going a lot of places if English ain't the main language. I don't even care if I have a like if I go do a show or we on tour, cool, but like you're going to spend time to play ball over there, like live a regular life. Not saying you can live a regular life, but just at the end of the day, nah, I've been to China. I remember I did a show in China, Shanghai. Shout out to Shanghai to the fans. And
English.
the crowd was going crazy. It was a Reebok event. And the cops made everybody sit down. It was like, watch the show sitting down.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, yo, how are they going to enjoy the show?
Right.
And then told me to start over.
Oh, that's great.
I said, yo, what's fuck is going on out here? Yeah. But then we went to a hip hop club and it was cool. I guess because it was a big event, they turned it into something. But I like America, man. I really do. I like North America.
Right. I feel
you still driving a Honda?
Yeah, nah, like in my regular life.
No, I'm saying you kept it around
it's parked at the crib.
Okay,
it's always been parked.
It's sentimental to you.
Oh, it's
what's the sentimental value to it?
That's the car that I used to get back and forth from college in.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like that's the one. So if I had a 3-day weekend, like, you know, college, we off on Monday.
Right.
That Friday after class, I'm driving back home.
Got you.
So like I-95, like I done hit that route so much.
Right.
Back and forth, I know to this day I know exits.
Right.
Like I know when I'm in Maryland, I know if I get off on this exit without even looking at the signs, I know it's a gas station right over there. It's a Chick-fil-A, boom, boom, and it's always in this car. Parties, in this car. Me riding around with Ebe in New York, playing a song I just made in my room or at the studio with Mike Rooney in this car.
Right.
When So Far Gone dropped, this nigga Ebe was trying to put me on.
Right.
I was damn near avoiding it. like
everything happened in the car.
I remember I pulled over. I had to go piss. Right. I pulled over on the street in New York. Just found me a little corner to go piss.
Yeah.
I came back. He had So Far Gone in.
Right.
It's like he had to force me to listen to that shit.
Right.
And I'm listening like, oh my fucking God, in that car. You know what I mean?
Right.
Drive from New York to Miami in that car. The first time we ever sold a physical CD of my own was in that car, North Carolina A&T. So yeah, I'm sentimental with my possessions. Damn.
It makes a lot of sense. It was a rumor. Did you ever scuffle with Puff before, or is that just all rumor?
No, that actually happened. I had a.
Explain that.
Nah, you know what? I damn near wish I could because it's such an ill story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But matter of fact, we did a podcast, me and Ebe, like a year and a half ago, where we kind of ran through like the first part of my career up until Forest Hills Drive. Right. And we had a bonus episode that was the whole episode was just about that night. Okay. And that altercation, right? Right. And we was gonna put it out because at that time, you know what I mean? Like me and Puff, like we hadn't had no problem for years. Even after that, like it was cleaned up quick and we was in a good spot. Right. But you know, Puff was on the song that I had on off season and like, so we was gonna put it out thinking like, yo, it's cool. Like enough time has passed, he ain't gonna feel no way, boom, boom, boom. Right. And then all the shit happened with him. Right. And I was just like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was like it would have gave the news in the world more ammo.
I got what you're saying.
Just destroy this dude.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time to put it out.
It wasn't a good time. So similarly, right now it's like I want to tell it because it's ill, but I'm like,
bro, tell the story, man.
No, it happened. Yeah.
Okay, got you. We talked. You mentioned a couple
Tell the
names
story.
earlier.
No one give a fuck about Puff Daddy.
Oh, but let me say this.
Absolutely.
It did happen,
How
but
he
the stories
feel
be
it.
wrong.
Okay.
The narratives around it be wrong.
Right. The
You know what I mean?
remixes is crazy.
The remixes is crazy, like how shit be happening.
Right.
But the remixes is crazy.
Right. Because, people will say it happened, didn't happen. I tell niggas all that, like, when it come to history, not just rap, I'm like, by the time we leave, if somebody get punched in the face in this room, by the time you get to valet, it's 7 different stories of how they got punched in the face.
Facts.
He got punched in the face and his tooth fell out.
Facts.
Now his nose came off.
Facts.
Like, the remixes of stories, it just be crazy. So no story that's out there has been right, what you're saying. So just so people know.
Even Punch from TDE, shout out to Punch, that's my man. But
Right.
he gave a rendition where I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, you got a lot of it right, but you wasn't really right there.
Right.
So even what you saying, you either missing details or misrepresented some details. I know the story, and E was right there, but I know the full front to back. I'm sitting in the driver's seat, and that's a memorable night for me. So it's like I'm recalling that shit verbatim. But even somebody that was there that's giving it, it's like, nah, that's not the full.
I got you. So we was talking about how at the beginning of the show, when I wanted to do the interview one of these times, and then this Kendrick thing comes up. So we have to put things on the back burner, which is fine. When you heard Kendrick make that song with Metro Boomin, and I remember years ago when y'all was first, I don't want to say first coming out, when y'all niggas was kind of established, and he did a freestyle years ago, and it was kind of like, he kind of was taking shots at everybody, not just you, period. And I remember you was like, yo, I don't know how to sit with this. And this was not this problem that happened. I'm talking about maybe 6, 7 years ago. And he was like, I'm supposed to take this. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to make it seem like it was competitive. When this latest...
It wasn't shots, too, when you really listen to that song. It was
Okay.
The control song you're talking about. It's like, you listen, it's not a shot. You know what I mean? But the world at that time, it felt like the energy of it felt like a shot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like when you really bust it down, like, oh, nah, it's nothing disrespectful in there.
actually
You know what I mean?
showing
But I
love.
understand what you're saying. There was something before. Now you was gonna ask me how did I feel when
I'm about to ask you, elaborate. I want you to be elaborate because I want to make sure I got it right. And if I don't got it right, check me to make sure not Cam. It didn't happen like that.
Like, I saw that whole control verse as like him showing love. Like, I got love. He literally says in the verse, I got love for you niggas. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Like, he was showing love. He just like sees you guys as competition, which he should. But that get taken in the wrong way, social media and shit. But
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad it happened. We wouldn't have
when the
got
Metro
beef.
Boomin track just came out, or not just now, been a couple years now. When you first heard it, how did you feel about it?
All right, 2 reactions. One, I got probably about an hour or 2 before somebody hit me and said it. The way they worded it was like, yo, Kendrick, boom, boom, right? So I'm like, what the
He
fuck?
heard
I'm throwing
about
off
an
right
hour
there.
before.
Right.
Automatically, I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
And then mentally I go to like, wait, I know we good. I just spoke, boom, boom. Like,
Right.
now I'm trying to think like, damn, did I do? I'm not even hearing the song. I don't know what the fuck he gonna say. You know what I mean? Like. So I'm like, damn, did something happen? Did I do something? Did I say something? Boom, boom. Like, I'm confused almost. Like, not knowing what the song's gonna be, only knowing what somebody, you know how this shit go.
Yeah.
You send your shit to Spotify or something, and then somebody at Spotify listen to this shit early, then they send a message to somebody.
Right.
Somehow somebody knew, and it got out, and then it made its way to me.
Got you.
So an hour or 2 before, mind you, I go to sleep. I sleep by motherfucking 10 o'clock most nights, 9:30 damn near. So now I'm like, oh shit, let me stay up and hear
real
what this
family
is. You know what I mean? So I listen to it, and I have 2 first reactions. My first reaction is, that shit is hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard ass
Cold.
verse, undeniably. The beat crazy, the song is ill, and I'm like, he went crazy. That's my
On you, nigga.
first
What's your
reaction. Because I don't know what I'm listening for. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, that shit's tough.
Right.
My second reaction is, not now, nigga.
Right.
My second reaction is like it's no, nigga. This is inconvenient
Very
for me.
Gotcha.
And can I explain to you why?
Absolutely.
This is gonna be long-winded, but let me explain to you
Take your
why.
time. This is why we're here.
Right at that time, I had just got off tour with Drake. I had went on tour with Drake. We did that. And I had Might Delete Later in the Chamber, which was the project that you on as a mixtape.
Right.
And then I had the Fall Off finished. I probably had to tweak a couple mixes, boom, 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 but I had this album finished, the Fall Off, right?
Right.
So, but my Not Now, it was based off of that, but let me tell you something else. At that time, I had been working on the Fall Off, which was done. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? And by the way, that somebody leaked it. I know who leaked it and who said it. You know what I mean? But it's cool. He put it out there. It's like, yo, he was on 2 joints.
Okay.
You know what I mean? On the album. You know what I mean? Like, and on my mind, I'm like,
so good, yeah.
yes,
Right,
was
got
on 2
you.
joints.
He is so good.
So I'm just trying to paint the full picture of my state.
Take your time.
So I, in my mind, I'm like, oh, nigga, I've been working so long on this. You a big part of it, which I'm grateful for, because it's like, nigga, that was a part of my vision for it. Like,
Right.
having both of these dudes as a part of this.
Right.
As, on my way out, I wanted to like celebrate, like, damn, I'm really grateful to have done it at the same time as these niggas.
Yes.
Because I genuinely felt like, yo, like this is it for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yep.
at least at this level, I ain't working 8 years on the album no more.
Right.
But there's something I'm leaving out, which is when that shit happened, ultimately it became that whole situation. From me going on stage, apologizing, boom, boom, it ended up being, that whole situation ended up being the absolute biggest blessing for me.
Right.
And this is why. If you would have heard me talk about the Fall Off
Right.
at that time for like months before, me and Eve,
Right.
me and Eve like this, like creatively, like this is
Right.
my man, and like, if you would have heard me talk about the album at that time, it would have sounded something like this. Man, let's put this shit the fuck out, bro.
Right.
Let's get this shit out, nigga. Let's hurry the fuck up and put this shit the fuck out and be done with this shit. Like, we was over it because we was so exhausted from working on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, while I was working on this album, I dropped For Your Eyes Only, KOD, the off season, and had Might Delete Later in the Chamber. I was tired
Right.
and burnt the fuck out. And I used to like pray basically like, God, show me when it's time for me to really be done with this shit.
Right.
So I can know.
Right.
And so for 3 months straight, probably from like December, January, February, every time I sat down to write, I couldn't write shit. Like nothing was, I couldn't get
Writer's
past
block.
writer's block. I couldn't get past a line or two.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn. I was taking this as, I guess God is showing me, yo, you really done. I thought he was showing me I was done in the form of like, yo, I'm tapped out. I ain't got shit to say.
Right.
So on top of that, how I would speak about the album and my energy was negative. It would be like, bro, like, let's get this. How I felt about this shit, which was hard as fuck, but how I felt about it was almost, it was negative. You know what I mean? It was like, man, let's put this shit the fuck out. I'm done. I'm exhausted. Clearly, I'm tapped out. I can't write shit, all right? But I got enough in the chamber where I know this is how I'm going out. And like, if I never write another rhyme or put out another album, it's cool because I did this.
Right.
So that's the energy that that's the energy I'm sitting in when this verse happens from him.
Got you.
So my thought goes, first of all, this verse is crazy. It's hard.
Right.
But it's also like, damn, nigga, this shit is inconvenient.
Very
like, it's
inconvenient.
terrible timing.
Got you.
And on top of that, my next thought, and this is what led me to everything that came after that, which I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? I can't even say they're mistakes.
Right.
Because it's like, I really believe that, like, oh, that's how it had to happen for me. Like, God knew that, like, I would do this and boom, boom. But basically, my next thought was like, all right, fuck. What you gonna do? Because my phone is blowing up immediately. Nah, nigga. Like, please, press the button.
Yeah.
Like that's the energy from niggas that love me.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
Yo, press the button, boom, boom. In reality, do I actually feel any sort of, when I listen to that verse that day, do I feel any sort of like, what? Like, damn, nigga, what you say?
Right.
Why you say there wasn't no disrespect in there? And at least for me, you know what I mean? That I didn't listen to that and be like, damn, nigga said what?
Right.
Nigga said I was XYZ. You know what I mean? It was, my feeling was like, fuck. Because now I know this shit that you've been working on for 8 years, plus this other shit that you did as a setup,
Yep.
niggas ain't gonna never let you put that out until you address this, until you say something here.
That's a fact.
So my mind becomes,
Don't give a fuck about your album.
you know, it's silly to think of now, but it's like, it's where I was at the time.
Gotcha.
Probably because I was in a negative place when it came to this music shit. But my thought was like, what's the world gonna say? They not gonna let you come drop this shit you've been working on for 10 years
Right.
without addressing that. Nah, nigga, we don't want to hear none of that shit. You ain't said shit to Buddy. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to hear none of that. So my mind then gets into, then the word fear comes.
Right.
The fear is, although nothing's in my heart, there's no malice in my heart, there's no even desire to like, oh, this nigga gave me a chance to come demolish him. What the fuck does that mean to me? I love this nigga. Like,
right.
What does that even look like? There was no urge or desire to take it to that level, but there was a fear of like, damn, if I don't do something, I'll never be able to put this album out that I've been working on for 8 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that led me to, all right, what I'm gonna do? Start jotting some shit. Boom, all this shit mean like I'm not even writing anything good. I'm still not writing nothing good.
Right.
And then one night I was in Bahamas, me and T Minus, a studio out there. I'm just like, yo, fuck it. That's why it's called 7-minute drill. Me and him do these things called 7-minute drills. When I got writer's block or something, I do my whole goal is like, yo, write a rhyme in 7 minutes.
Okay.
Don't give a fuck if it's good or not.
Good or not. Okay.
And I have him, the producer, just to get the room going and the energy going, I'll be able to make a beat in 7 minutes. You can't overthink it. You can't just make the beat in 7 minutes. Nigga, you ain't got time to be figuring out your sounds. Just practice.
Yeah.
So he started the beat.
I like that. That's good practice.
It's how I kept myself all these years.
Right.
Sharp, just giving myself little drills to go through to stay sharp. So on one of them nights, he started cooking up. And then, all right, you did your 7 minutes, let me do my 7 minutes.
Right.
And the whole point of the 7 minutes is like, yo, you can't overthink it, just let it come, boom, boom. And that's when I start writing a song that became like 7-minute drill, which in my mind, as I'm writing it, what I had already kind of subscribed to myself is like, all right, this is what I do.
Right.
Like, this my nigga, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm worried about what the world gonna say, which is embarrassing to say out loud, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like at that time, because I'm fearful that this thing that I worked on for so long will go unappreciated if I don't.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, this is what I do.
Right.
Let me say just enough to where it looked like I did, you know, like it looked like I said something. Everything I'm saying to him, I know, and he know it's all survivable. You know what I mean? It's nothing I'm hitting him. I'm not hitting no fatal blows. But it'll be just enough to be like, all right, nigga.
You said something.
You said, now you gonna come back. I know this is my man. He gonna come back. He gonna say something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Probably give me a line or two or give me a whatever.
Right.
And I'm gonna be like, you got that, cool. Now let's get to this album and really fuck him up. You know what I mean? In my mind, right? Like, but mind you, it's a decision made out of like non-clarity.
Right.
But through that non-clarity, it seemed like my best option, right?
Right.
Boom, we put out Might Delete Later 2 days before Dreamville Fest, and that song is last, right? We just throw it on there, boom, boom. The second it comes out, and I'm seeing the right away what I did.
Right.
Instantly, what I did was like, oh, you instantly divided off rip. You created a dividing line.
Right.
Where you forcing the world
to pick a side.
To pick a side, and to, if they fuck with you, they gotta slander him.
Right.
And they taking some of the shit you said, thinking it's survivable and thinking it's just some light shit, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
They taking what you said and they giving it gas and they giving it light. And then my thought becomes, oh, fuck. I done fucked up. I done misrepresented myself.
Right.
I done
That wasn't your intention.
That wasn't my intention.
Right.
My intention was some bullshit, honestly.
Right.
My intention was fraudulent to begin with. You pretending. It's like a nigga pull his gun out and like, this is my analogy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, nigga pull his gun out and just shoot a nigga toe or something.
Right.
It's like, I shot him, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
my intention, you only did it because you was worried about how everybody looked around you, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So my intention was some bullshit.
Right.
So with your intention being some bullshit, then me seeing the result of like,
That's
oh
still
my
enough.
God, look what I'm giving life to. And then on top of that, oh God, do this nigga think, because this music shit is weird and this internet is weird.
Right.
You know, I love these niggas, I really do.
Yep.
But like, bro, I'm not with y'all like this.
Right.
Not with y'all every day.
Right.
Y'all not with me every day.
Facts.
If enough headlines go around or enough chatter happens, you might start feeling like I really feel like that. And I mean, guess what? When we was locked in, nigga, I might talk to these niggas once a year.
Right.
Might be 2 years ago by where we just check in. It's no ill will. It's just like, yo, your life, my life.
Right.
So imagine in the space, I'm like, oh, damn, do this nigga really think that I feel like this about it? Like, oh, and even how I'm telling you, it was way heavier. It was like, oh, no.
Right.
Like sinking my chair, like, nah.
Right.
But at the same time, you done did it already.
Right.
Like, I've already done it. I've already like jumped into it.
Right.
So now I'm like, fuck, I got Dreamville Fest coming up. Oh my God, like, I gotta go on the stage. These niggas think I'm representing this, boom,
Right.
boom.
Right.
So you know, I know I'm going further than your original question, but I feel like I might as well.
Let it,
yeah, all right, cool.
Because
So,
people want to know this shit.
Word up.
Because I have more questions that I was going to ask you about it, but you're answering them anyway.
All right,
so,
cool,
you know what I'm saying?
cool. So fast forward. Now, if you would have seen me that weekend even, like my wife, she was peeping it all weekend. You know what I mean? It's only if you know me intimately would you see it, but it's like she could just see I was fucked up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I felt like I had made like a big mistake.
Right.
And the main mistake was like, damn, you really love this dude. Like, you really have, I'm a fan,
right,
a friend. It's not just him, it's Drake too. It's like, yo, I really fuck with these niggas. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, oh shit. And then also it's a bit of pride because it's like, damn near want to hit the nigga and be like, hey, bro, you think I was serious? Boom, boom.
Yeah.
But at this point,
You can't be.
I'm in my head. It's like, you know what I mean? So anyway.
No, if Cole texted, that would have been online. I'm so glad you didn't text it. I know Kendrick would have brought that shit up. Made it worse. Thank God. Thank
The
God.
show is I'm about 2 hours from going on stage or an hour from going on stage. And I'm like, damn, are you really about to walk on the stage? And everything about it feels untrue. You about to go on the stage and just represent this energy. And a thought comes to me. And I really feel like this was God. Because I could tell because of how it like lifted me. And how it took like the weight off me. It was like, oh, yo, you misrepresented yourself on a big stage, right? On a big platform, on an album. You know what I mean? And played into it. And you said something that you didn't really believe in. You know what I mean? About somebody else, boom, boom, boom. You got the opportunity to go tell how you actually feel and speak the truth on a big stage. Maybe a bigger stage at that point, because niggas is tuned in around the world. You know what I mean? It's a live stream. So I'm like, and that's when the apology came in my mind an hour before.
Right.
I told my wife. She the only one I told. I ain't tell my homeboys, thank God, because they probably would have, you know what I mean?
They would have been upset.
Wildin'.
Yeah.
Told my wife, she started crying. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause she seen one, how it was affecting me. And two, she just, I don't know, it was like a pride that she had. And she know how I feel about him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she talked to his wife. They got a little relationship. You know what I mean? So it's like she don't even know the rap world. She know the real version of me.
Right.
She started crying. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm excited to do this now.
Right.
I'm going out there with a different energy.
Right.
I'm going out there. I can't wait to get to that moment.
Right.
Because it's really me.
Right.
And I really get to represent myself. So I do what I do, right?
Absolutely.
As soon as I do what I do, me personally, the weight is off me because I know I've made a wrong right.
Everyone else.
I did wrong. Whether you feel it's wrong or not, it's wrong to me.
Right.
So I've made a wrong right. You know what I mean? Now, worst case, I know he know and I know the world know how I actually feel. Boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
The weight gets lifted off me. Simultaneously, the world like, nah, nigga.
Yeah.
No, sir. No, buddy.
It's fact.
It's not gonna happen like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the world is fucking me up or fucking my name up. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Or whatever.
That's
you know
one
what I
of
mean?
the questions. Stay here for a minute because I want you to finish the story.
Okay.
How did you feel right then and there when niggas was like, yo, this nigga backing out the battle? Yo, come on, man. Like, come on, you fucking up light-skinned niggas. I seen all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How did you feel at that moment when people got upset with you for saying that you're not going to go back and forth with him? How did you feel?
Well, firstly, you got to think it was that night. With that night, I had my own homeboys.
Right.
Like I had people that was close to me. Some niggas like, yo, bro, I get it. I respect that. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Some niggas like, bro, fuck that. No. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So I already experienced that in real life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when they did it to me, when they hit me with that, and I appreciate them telling me the truth, you know, whoever did, but it's like when they hit me with it, I'm chilling. I didn't give a fuck. Like because I knew in my heart I did what was right for me.
And it means more coming from them than social or whatever.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go. However, what I will say is, like, to your point, when the world start giving me them hands,
right,
my reaction was I still felt like, nah, like I'm secure in my decision and what I did. But of course, over time, when niggas like, nah, this nigga's over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's over. The ego and the fear creeps in some. It wasn't dominant, but I did feel it there where it was like, oh shit, like did I fuck up? You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's not a dominant feeling because ultimately I always lean back on the fact that like, no, nigga, like I got a strong belief in God and I feel like we know how it feels when it's God,
right,
and we know how it feels when it's not.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know that, like, yo, I'm moving off the feeling that I feel like aligns with that, with you know what I mean? And if as long as I did that and I made the decision from that place, then I got to remember that, like, yo, okay, there's actually a bigger plan. There's a bigger purpose. So it's like I got homeboys, damn near everybody on my side want to crash out. You know what I mean? Like, yo, niggas talking crazy on, man, it's the internet. But they like, yo, niggas talking crazy. I don't like this shit. And I had to really tell everybody, like, yo, bro, don't say nothing. I appreciate it because you love me. And you want to go out there and ride for me. You know what I mean? You see niggas talking crazy. And it's the worst to them because it's like, nigga, I know you. And you be begging niggas to get in shows, coming to the parties, boom, boom. Now all of a sudden you got some shit to say. They got real problems and they want to crash out on people. And I'm telling them, like, no, like, let me walk through this. Like, let me, whatever the world is got for me, whatever they got to say for me, let me take it. And
pause.
Let me remember or remember that that's not even me. Like, who I actually am on the inside, I'm damn sure not Jcole. I'm damn near not even Jermaine on the inside. We all are connected to something higher. So what's a name? It's an identity. What's a reputation? It's just a story that somebody tell about you. So it's really just my ego that's afraid that, like, oh, my reputation is gonna get fucked up. Oh, they're not gonna think this about me no more. Who gives a like? Let me remember or learn who gives a fuck what they actually think. You know what I mean? Like it's not even you that they talking about. And if it is, so fucking what? So I'm like, yo, don't say nothing. Let me walk through this. So I spent the next amount of time walking through it mentally, like still feeling at peace with my decision, but now knowing I gotta work through the mental test that comes with the world fucking my name up or fucking me up. And you know, and that led me to, that's the blessing. Oh, I started this conversation by telling you, it's a long conversation, but
take your time, bro.
I started this conversation by telling you how much of a blessing that situation was for me. Now let me tell you why. In the middle of the world fucking me up, like, it's over for this nigga. Nah, I never look at this nigga the same. Nah, you don't do that, boom, boom, boom. Yo, I always knew that nigga was such and such, boom, boom, boom. In the middle of the world doing that, I'm having these conversations with myself. I got to get off. At that time, it was like I had crept back on, I think around the time the Kendrick shit dropped or the Kendrick and Future shit, and then my shit. I'm back reading comments, what niggas are saying. I realized quickly, like, okay, I got to get the fuck off of that. I got to get off IG. And YouTube, my most used app. That's why I've been fucking with y'all for a minute, because it's like, yo, I was seeing that shit on IG and on YouTube. But on YouTube, every other post was my name. I was like, yo, I had to get off YouTube. So one, I had to separate myself from that, knowing the world is fucking me up. And I had to have this conversation with myself. And this was the conversation. All right, right now, the world is shitting on your name. Whatever you think you've built, you know what I mean? The world got something to say about you, you know what I mean? And boom, boom. How you feel about that? I mean, shit, it don't feel great, you know what I mean? But like, you know, whatever I'm saying to myself. Then the question is like, can you control any of that? Can you control what anybody says or thinks about you? You know what I mean? Can you do that? Of course, the answer I'm telling myself is like, oh, no, I can't control that. Okay, then. Let me ask you another question. This is me talking to myself.
Talking to yourself.
Let me ask you another question. Why did you ever do this in the first place? Like, did you ever do this? Did you ever put a pen to the paper, make a beat, record a song because you wanted people that you didn't know to always have great things to say about you? Like, is that why you did this? Nah, that's not why I did this. So why did you do this ever? Why did you ever do this in the first place? Oh, I did this in the first place because I loved it. Like, the second I start rapping, the first rhyme I wrote, the first beat I made, I fell in love with it. Like, I sat in that same chair you see on the album cover. I wrote my first song there. I must have sat in that spot for 7 hours. I made the beat. I must have sat in that chair in my crib on my mom and my stepfather's stereo system. I must have sat for the first time for 7 hours. Imagine being 14, 15, sitting in a chair for 7 hours and you not watching TV or playing a game. You know what I mean? I'm writing a song. They're like, oh, I did that and those types of things because I loved it. Aha, you did it because you loved it. Let me ask you a question. Do you love it right now? Do you currently love it right now? I'm like, yeah, I think I love it. Do you? Then I'm like, oh, shit. it's like, yo, listen to how you talking about your own album you about to put out.
Right.
Look how you been talking about this shit.
Right.
Like, this how you want to go out? You don't listen to music no more. You don't play this shit no more. You know what I mean? I got kids now.
Yeah.
The shit that I came up on, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't play that shit around my kids. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
I'm grateful that my parents didn't give a fuck what I listened to or what they played around me.
Right.
But I'm not gonna do that. So it's like I don't experience this shit on a regular basis no more. And like, yo, look how you talking about this album you were working on for 8 years. Ah, man, let's just get this shit the fuck out.
Right.
Let's just put this shit out, man, and be done with it.
Right.
And then my question was, that's how you want to go out? That's how you want to drop this album? That's how you want to drop your last album? If this is your last album, that's how you want to put it out?
Right.
Like, nah. Well, how do you want to, what you want to feel like? I want to feel like this. I can't write a fucking rap to save my life. Like, that's how you want to go out? And like, nah, I want to go out. When I put this shit out, I want to be in love with this shit. Like, I want to be feeling like I damn near could do 3 more albums. Like, I want to feel like excited and proud to put this shit out. I want to be over it.
Right.
Like, all right then. So, what can you control that? You can't control what people are saying.
Right.
But can you control how you feel about what it is that you do?
Right.
And so when I say it was the biggest blessing, it was because in that moment I'm like, oh yeah, I can control that. I can control. It's like a relationship. Like when you're in a relationship, it's like if I'm in a relationship with a woman and it's like I can pretend like, man, we just grew apart. This shit ain't there no more. Really, you stop doing the things that breed love with this woman. You know what I mean? And y'all stop doing the things that breed love with each other. And you just say you fell out of love. Well, really, you stop doing love. Like love is like out of like spending time listening to somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's an active thing. So from that day forward, when I had that conversation with myself, I'm like, oh, I get it. And I just immersed myself back in this shit that I love. And I started telling people that summer, I was like, damn, nigga, I feel like I'm 16 years old again. Like I was madly in love with this shit, and then my pen got on fire. Like from that day forward. And that's what started my next journey. And the reason why I say it was the biggest blessing is because like the way I feel now putting that album out versus how I would have felt 2 years ago, even with the album in the form that it was, night and day. Like, nigga, I ride around playing this shit.
Right.
Still to the, like, yesterday I had to drive an hour to Fayetteville. Yeah. Nigga, I'm playing this shit the whole way. I'm rapping my shit. I'm a fan of this shit.
Right.
And that's a blessing because 2 years ago, it was, man, let's get this shit out of here. So I know that's long-winded, but.
Nah, I get it.
I mean?
Trust me, because just as a writer, you go through writer's block, especially when you're as good as you are, it's hard to compete with your last great project. You get what I'm saying? And everything you explain makes a lot of sense. Like, you got to be true to you before you make somebody else happy. And if you're not happy with what you're doing and you made a bunch of money already, what the fuck are we really doing it for?
Right.
Like for me, I come to work, I get to watch sports where I watch sports all day anyway, and get to sit here with my childhood friend that we didn't speak to each other for 15 years, and we fucking watch sports and laugh at niggas.
Wow.
You get what I'm like what the like you can't even beat that shit. Fact. You know what I'm saying? If I had to do it, I wouldn't want to do it, man.
That's real, bro.
Nah, and I got everything you said. Do you think that I only got a couple more questions for you, and I'm gonna let my assistant Taylor ask you some questions. Okay. Do you think that the Drake and Kendrick thing got totally out of hand? Do you think it spiraled out of control? How do you feel? Because I know both of these. It's weird for me because I damn near feel like the only person in the world. And of course, I don't know if this is true or not, but when I really analyze the situation, I'm like, damn, I feel like the only person in the world. It's almost like it's a much more mild example, but it's the only way I could think about it. I'm like, I think of Dell Curry. Like, imagine Seth Curry was the star basketball player for whoever the team he was on, the Hornets. Right.
And then Steph was the star player for the Warriors, and they met in the finals.
Right.
And then Dell has to watch, like, he has to watch this battle.
Right.
Somebody got to come out a quote-unquote loser. Somebody got to come out a winner. It's like, I'm the world, right away, the world became like politics. You're either Democrat or Republican. You're either Kendrick or you Drake. And you got to pick a side, boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways damn near. You know what I mean? So when you say, did it get out of hand? It's like, creatively, that's not my place to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's definitely not my place to say. I'm a nigga that apologize. So it's not my place to come in and say like, oh, such and such shouldn't have said boom, 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 boom. Like, that's not my place. But I think the out of hand that I think is like world reaction. Specifically, like, to me it's like disgusting.
Talk to him!
Try to
White
use
boy
that opportunity
Who this
to like
nigga? Flip
either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time, or just like pile on
that's a fact.
And tear this dude down.
I love to see it. Well, that's up
and like create a narrative as if he's not great or as if he's not fucking amazing or stellar. It's like, yo, if you want to keep it, if you really want to keep it hip hop and boom boom, nigga, judge it on the merits of the battle.
Right.
Don't discredit. You know what I mean? And I feel like it was a whole campaign, and probably still is to this day.
Right.
Of like belittling and tearing down what this dude built as if it was some shit we have never seen.
That's
you know what I mean? So on one hand, it's like, yo, I feel weird, and they're gonna make headlines out of this. You know what I mean? And like and you know, and then the internet and the people that feed into the fucking algorithms and get money off of clicks or just like pray to get attention off shit they say, they're gonna take this and run with it, but it's really the truth. It's like,
I mean, I'm a part of it, but he's right. Like, our world, in terms of like clicks, it's just bad. You're just itching to say something, not even if it's right, not even if you listen to it. Like, you don't even care, just get it out. And Denzel Washington talked about it. Like, you guys don't even care about being authentic and true no more. In terms of like all social media creators, like, it's just about say something provocative, get something out there, either first or make it the worst shit or the darkest shit. Just like, we want blood, and it's the viewer's fault because it's just going off what we want to see. But that being said, that don't mean you gotta subscribe and start feeding and posting more stuff that give you that, you know? You're just, the producers are just as at fault as the viewers. And I don't know how it's gonna like be any better. Like, I don't know who could fix it, how it's gonna be fixed, because it's just gonna get worse.
I root for both of these niggas.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's weird because to see
my bad
to see a moment that Kendrick had, it's like, I'm like, oh my God. Quietly, I'm like, it's weird to say. Because if I'm Drake and I hear this, I'm going to feel away. But I'm going to come back and tell the other truth later, which is like when I see Kendrick get the moment he had, the pop out, the stadium, the Super Bowl.
The Grammys.
I'm like, I'm just as proud of this nigga as I was when I knew him back then. You know what I mean? Of like, oh, nigga. Like, wow.
Right.
Like, and I know it's deserved, and he handles it so well. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, when I say that, I'm like, but I also hate that for Drake. Right. Because the word, like, you see the shit with the at the Grammys when the dude hosted, had some shit to say to Kendrick about the light. Oh yeah, the last time you did something to a light skin. Yeah. I hate that. I'm like, bro, I hate that for him, and I hate how the world turns on him. And simultaneously, I'm over here like, man, I hope Iceman go crazy. Right. Like, I hope this nigga's in his bag, and I hope he boom, 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 boom. Simultaneously, I feel that way about both niggas. So I did get conflicted at times in the battle because I'm like, But creatively, that's not my place.
Right.
But as a critic of like culture, which that word is fucking weird because it's like, nigga, this shit is algorithm based, nigga. This shit is paid campaigns on niggas, positive or negative. But my criticism on the culture is like, ew, like, I hate what y'all try to do to this man.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And I hope y'all fail. You know what I mean? And I'm glad to see y'all fail. So it's like, I hate to speak on it because it's like, I know they're going to take it a certain way, but that's genuinely my truth. You know what I mean? Like, that's genuinely my truth.
Right. You just told us how you feel about them being artists. And I don't know Kendrick, a big fan of his music, but Drake's my man. So I totally feel exactly how you feel, what you just said. And it was a good moment for Kendrick, like you said. And I like his music too, I'm a fan, but as Drake being my friend, it was fucked up.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. And so if I put myself in Drake's shoes, even to hear me say, like, I'm happy for Kendrick in a sense. Right. If I'm him, I'm gonna feel like, damn, nigga. Right. But I love this nigga too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't like that he's doing it with a whole crowd like shitting on you. I don't like that. You know what I mean? But shit, that's not my place to necessarily judge. And if that's how he felt, he had to go with it. You also engaged at the same time. You know what I mean? But I absolutely hate and have always hated how they try to like do that to him. And I genuinely pray. It's like, nigga, I'm a fan waiting. Like, I be telling Eve, like, man, I hope this Iceman shit go crazy, and I hope he kills that shit.
That's so, personally, where you at with them friendship-wise today?
I'm in the same place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, I genuinely love these niggas, but I'm not going to act like we've been communicating and talking. You know what I mean? I've had conversations with them like post everything, you know what I mean? But it's not like it's a lot. But that's just, you know, that's me not knowing where they at.
Right.
Me maybe assuming because I done heard X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with like how I actually feel. I genuinely love these niggas. Like I be wanting to shoot off a text. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie, but even saying that on the mic is kind of lame to me. But it is my truth. You know what I mean?
It is what it is. Absolutely. Look, my sister Taylor, she loves you. She was actually on vacation. Where was you at, Taylor?
I was in St. Lucia.
She was in St. Lucia. She cut her vacation short to come back to see you. And I say, you know what? She knows more about you probably than any of your fans. So I told her she could ask you a few questions. And she made it back from St. Lucia. I don't know what hurricane she flew through or how she got here, but she said her last 24 hours was hell getting here just to meet you because she's been to Dreamville. She's flew to North Carolina to see your concerts.
I appreciate
so
that.
on and so forth. So Taylor, a few questions. Knock them out from coming from one of your number one fans.
Listen, before we get into the questions, first off, thank you. 2014 Forest Hills Drives really means like a lot to me for a multitude of reasons, and I'm sure you get that all the time. But also thank you to you for allowing this opportunity.
Yeah, no problem.
Definitely last 24 hours. If I didn't get off that island 24 hours ago, I would have been stuck there till Friday. So.
And you came just so you could be here for this? You cut it short?
Listen, I made mountains move just for this. So I really appreciate you too. But great interview so far, and I just want to kind of go back on some of the things that you spoke on, especially with writing. Okay. I know in 2021, when you left Rock Nation, you acquired your master's. Mm-hmm. How has your writing process been? Maybe it changed for you since having full ownership?
The ownership has nothing to do with it. And I also want to say on your platform, because I think I said it on the podcast we did, but you know, people, that's a very small audience of people that just fuck with me. But how I even got my master's back in the first place is because Jay and Rock Nation agreed to switch my record deal over to a distribution deal, you know what I mean? Which gave me a much larger chunk of ownership than I had previously, you know what I mean? Which set me, I just did want to say that because people just think like I just got my master back, but really it's like, I got him back a little early because, you know, one, I had leverage, but also Rock Nation did the right thing and like overly blessed me by switching that to a distribution deal. And I never said that publicly, I don't think. So I did, while you asked that question, I did just want to mention that. But the ownership of my music never changed my writing process. I honestly don't even think about that side of it. But how has my writing process changed? I've experimented with multiple. It used to be one way. When I was at that beat machine on the cover of the album, I just sit down in a spot, stay there for 2 hours, 3 hours, and just lock in and focus. And like that was my process. But as I gotten older, I've experimented. Like there's songs I got where it's like I'm doing like how Future and Uzi and them do, where it's like I'm doing a line at a time. You know what I mean? There's songs that I got where I try that. It's not my bread and butter, but I have experimented with it. And there's times where, you know, I might just write a verse one day and it's like, oh, I know what this song is. Let me put it away, come back to it, write the next verse. But the thing that I learned after I said I fell back in love with this shit and that's what got me to the finish line on the album, the thing that I relearned about myself is like, oh, wait, I'm a solitude nigga. I write my best in solitude. Like, not just like, oh, I'm in a room by myself. Like, no, like, I would start flying up. You know, I'm a full-time dad, really. Like, my studio's in the crib, my gym is in the crib. So it's like, I'm always around my kids, even when they're at school, they homeschool. So it's like, I'm always around the kids. But what I learned is, if I go to a hotel room, where I could just be in a hotel room all day, write all day, listen to music all day, make a beat all day, fall asleep while working on the beat, wake up, open the laptop and press play on the beat again. If I get 2-3 days of solitude, let alone if I get 5, that's when I'm like super tapped in. And it's like, when I could just, because, and I thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, cause nigga, that's what you was used to. I'm in the college in my apartment, just in my room, dolo, like writing. But now with kids, I had to remind myself like, oh wait, I write good at the house. I don't write some crazy shit at the house while they write upstairs or whatever. Sometimes I don't wrote some fire shit while they write in the living room or they write in the kitchen, I'm in the living room. But my best, where if I know I need to knock some shit out and I go get 2 days alone, 3 days alone, where I could just damn near feel like a teenager again or a 20-year-old again, I get so productive. And that's when my pen can really like light on fire. So I don't know if that's a change, but I just rediscovered how important that is for me if I really want to like lock in.
It's Aquarius shit right there. You gotta be dolo sometime, man.
Word up. When your birthday?
February 4th, man. Yes, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I be out here a lot by myself because I think better by myself. That's just me too. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm chiming in on the same shit. I gotta be by myself to be creative a lot of times.
Facts.
Yeah, that kind of falls into my next question because I know you did a 7-part series for the release of your new album where you went to different cities in North Carolina and New York, as far as Arizona, in the Honda Civic. Mm-hmm. Being that you are considered the big 3, what keeps you hungry? Is there something specific to keep that same hunger that you had when you were originally going to college campuses and selling, your CDs?
That's a great question too. What kept me hungry to get to this finish line was the whole concept of the Fall Off was born after Forest Hills Drive, the album you was talking about. Mm-hmm. When I got off that tour, for the first time, like, I was chasing this shit. I told you, I'm waiting outside for Jay-Z. Like, my whole life was about getting to where I wanted to be and some occasional partying. You know what I mean? But, like, my whole life was getting to where I wanted to be. And so after that album, that tour was the biggest thing I had ever done. The album was the biggest thing I ever done. The singles was going crazy. And I didn't even make it to have singles, but the songs was going crazy. And so after that tour, I, for the first time, was like, I sat on the couch, me and my wife, I had just got married. We watched television for the first time. My nigga, I hadn't watched TV 10 years maybe, because I was just trying to get it. I sat down, I watched Power. I watched fucking How to Get Away with Murder. I watched Narcos at the time. It was a show called All Mom Out, Caribbean Life. I sat on the couch every day, made beats and watched TV. And I felt, for the first time in a long time, I felt comfort. I had not felt comfort in a minute. And with that comfort, that shit made me start like self-reflecting. Mind you, I was meditating every day back then. So when you meditate consistently, you very in tune with your emotions and your thoughts. So this comfort was making me think to myself like, yo, you kind of comfortable. And I had already been thinking about retiring for some reason. At like after Born Sinner, I was like, I'll do one more album and then maybe retire. So I was like, yo, you did what you, after Forest Hill Drive, after that tour, I'm like, yo, you kind of did what you set out to do. Like, my nigga, you made it to the mountaintop. Like, you could chill, right? Like, you don't got to keep going. You could retire right now, like you were saying. Do you want to do that? And I was like, yo, that kind of sound good because I'm liking this. But I had an honest conversation with myself. And I'm like, yo, are you ready yet?
We didn't
and
get
the thought was like, nah, not yet.
Only.
All right, why ain't you ready yet?
All season. Like,
because when I go out, I want to go out with every ability maxed out. I damn near look at it like 2K. You know when you're creating a player in 2K and you got certain shit that you could put up, like speed, stamina, boom, boom. I felt like when I was younger, I had my bars and my flows and my ferociousness as a battle rapper, because that's how I came up, like a damn near like a cannabis type battle rapper. Like all my shit was maxed out. Then when I got storytelling, my storytelling got maxed out. The only thing that hadn't maxed out yet was what Forest Hill Drive has, which is like the best songwriting, hooks, bridge, storytelling, wisdom, boom, boom. Like I was tapped all the way in on that album. But a couple of my sliders on that album, I feel like went down. Like my bars, like that the Yachty joint I got,
right?
Like that I'm mentioning y'all on.
One.
That's the rapper that I truly am in my heart from the beginning. I couldn't have wrote that verse when I was having this conversation with myself, and I was like, yo, when I go out, I want to go out on all my abilities maxed. I want to be max storytelling, max bars, max motherfucking wisdom, max songwriting, max hooks. So the thought was, all right, I'll do one more. There's an album for this feeling. I was like, there's an album for this. Like when most niggas is supposed to decline and their abilities and their skills is supposed to decline because they getting comfortable and sitting on the couch and drinking wine and life get better, I'm like, yo, can I do the opposite? Can I go the other way and get better than I was? So because, to answer your question about what kept my hunger, is because I imagined a day when I'm not doing this no more. And I was like, yo, if that day comes, what would you regret? And so the past 10 years has been me trying to like make sure that it ain't no regret. You know what I mean? Like make sure there's no regret that I left on the table. So that's what kept me hungry. I'm like, yo, you said this is what you want to do. I didn't know it would take 10 years. I thought that shit was going to be 3 years tops. But it took 10 years. And it's like, that kept me hungry of like, yo, don't be 50, 60 looking back like, you ain't scrape it all off the table, skill-wise and ability-wise.
Right. So would you say that you're comfortable now that the album's dropped?
Yes.
Are you seriously considering retirement?
Yes, some days. You know what I mean? And some days I'm like, yo, I got an idea. You know what I mean? But I made the album so that let me clear it up too, so there's like no confusion. I made this album so that if it was my last, I'm cool. And I am. I'm cool. If that's my last album, I'm cool. You know what I mean? If I get inspired in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years to do another album, I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight the feeling.
Right.
But this album is what I intended it to be, which is like, yo, I did what I said. Now it just so happens because of what happened 2 years ago, I'm very inspired right now because I fell back in love with this shit. So I got ideas for beats, for production. I got ideas for verses, for songs. Like maybe I do a project. Maybe I don't get inspired enough to do a project. Maybe I never drop another album again. And if I don't, guess what? I don't give a fuck because I did this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that clears it up, but it's like.
Basically, what she's saying is don't retire, nigga. Like, that's what it boiled down
right,
to.
cool.
Like, yo,
Well, I'm just clearing it up for the fan base because it's like you've given us mixtapes, features, albums. We don't want it to end, right? And also, when you dropped this and you did the 7-part series, you showed us a lot more like visuals than normal, and that got us even more excited. And I'm speaking like the whole fan base,
I
but
appreciate
just from the environment, the community that I'm in, like we want to see more of you, even on the creative side of the visuals, even outside of music as well. We just don't want you to be retired, go recluse, and then we never hear about Jcole ever again, you know?
if you retire, would you still tour?
Yeah, I actually do have a vision of like, if I never put another album out, I would want to tour 2 albums.
Okay.
Forest Hill Drive and The Fall Off. So it's like every few years, it's a artist, it's a group, Pink Floyd, a band from back in the days. And I think the dude, one of the singers, like Roger Plant or some shit, whatever his name is, forgive me if I fucked it up, but like he was a part of Pink Floyd. But he has this album that like meant a lot to him that they did. I guess he did most of the writing, and it's called The Wall. And every 3 to 5 years, he goes out and he tours this album. I mean, he just turned 80 or some shit or something crazy. But like for the past 30 years, he's been going and touring this album.
Right.
And that's how I see myself. If I don't put out another album, those 2 albums mean so much to me, Forest Hill Drive and The Fall Off, that it's like I see myself going out and bare minimum performing those albums, you know what I mean? At whatever level people will have me. Like, if people want to see that shit in the stadium, I'll do that. If they want to see it at a House of Blues, I'll do a House of Blues. You know what I mean? If they want to do that, see that shit in a 300-person room, I'll do that.
Got you. Got one more for him?
Yeah, I got one more. This one's a little off topic related to the other questions, but if you had to pick one Dreamville artist to be your designated driver for a night, who are you trusting the least with the keys?
Who am I trusting the least with the keys?
Yes.
Oh, shit. The least with the keys? This is a good-ass question, but I thought she was going to ask me who would I trust the most. Meaning, like, who? This is not about, like, who be getting fucked up. This is just about, like, who can drive the best.
This is just, like,
all right.
You just don't want to worry
Nigga
about
overthinking this question.
From Earth Gang. Johnny Venus.
Really?
Bruh. Oh, the least. Oh, you said the least.
The least.
Oh, no. That he would be the most, actually, because he's motherfucking.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, my fault. I misunderstood the question. The least? I don't know. Honestly, it's nobody that like I wouldn't trust with the keys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never seen Ari drive. You know what I mean? I never seen Ari drive. We had to ask her how she drives. But I feel like I might remember from some stories from back in the day in Raleigh, but I could be wrong. I remember when she had the Kia Soul or whatever, but I don't know. That's a hard question because I would trust them. I would trust them all as long as they wasn't drinking. You know what I mean? You could drive me.
Yeah, that's.
Hell yeah.
Anyone from your camp, Cam?
Nah, I was letting you wrap it up, man. Matching the Dreamville jacket with the Air. You fly today, man.
Listen.
Oh, I ain't even peeped the Air Max with the purple and the Hornets. Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy you came through,
man,
bro.
Thank you, dog. Me too.
Appreciate it. Space, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, dog.
We got Jcole, man, and get back here, man.
Fleet.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Another week, Talk with Fleet Cole.
Fun, man. He's saying that Cole be doing too much on these interviews. I don't know. I'm liking seeing Cole outside. I just don't know. I think Cam's a bad interviewer. Let's start there. But I like it. I'm waiting to see this next one with the fucking Carmelo. I'm trying to see that one, and then I know he got somewhere in the tuck. We see him bare cold this summer, and then I'm coming back on the stream later tonight because of fucking what's his name, the GOAT, Kanye West is dropping. Like, yo, I almost forgot. West is dropping. I know he's dropping. People are saying he's not dropping. You know, if you know, Bully's been delayed like 30 times. But I have a feeling this time, today's the day. So 12 o'clock, we're going to come back on and watch it. I'm about to go get some food. And then I'll come back and we play some like God of War. Because we're almost done that game. We're almost done. And we're almost done March. I'm trying to at least finish that game for March. So we can do some God of War. Hopefully that bleeds into the Kanye shit. We listen to the album. Ooh, even Yeet. I'll even listen to some Yeet, y'all. I don't play Yeet like that. But that nigga can make some bangers. So I'm about playing some Yeet. and continue this stream. So I'm gonna leave. Come back in like an hour. What, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? Yeah, I'll come back like 10 o'clock. We rock the stream again. We're gonna go another 2 hours. 3 hours, however long, until tomorrow, y'all. Anyways, March Madness love. See y'all tomorrow or later today.